The 40-plus persons who received their certificates of completion from a beekeeping course in the Cayo district signifies that Belize is once again able to export honey, like we did back in the 80s, says Minister of Agriculture Jose Abelardo Mai.
Way back in the 80s, the production of honey fell. It fell so low that there was barely any production. We used to export to Europe at that time. So after so many years and efforts, we couldn't get it up until now. Now we have to move forward towards looking at the export market now. We only have a certain amount which can be consumed in the country because of population.
The possibility of getting Belizean honey on the world market would mean a good livelihood for Stephanie Ramirez, who received her certificate today.
Definitely, that's the goal, to be able to tap into the export market and to be able to tap into the other byproducts of the bees, because a lot of time we put our emphasis on honey, but there are many other byproducts that are even more expensive. So you would get a bigger income if you start diversifying into the other byproducts such as the pollen, the royal jelly, and so we can get on that level with Mexico and Guatemala.
Along with Stephanie were Ophelia Chiak and Melvin Rekenya, whose families are also in the business. For them, it was only natural that they pursued the same means of income.
We grew up on agriculture, so it was necessary to have bees on the farm because the bees offer different pollination services to the fruits, and then which also then increases our production, which also results in increased profits for the family.
My father and my grandparents were beekeepers, but when I actually realized it's when I didn't have anything to do during pandemic. That is when I don't have anything. I was at home, find myself at home, and that's when I realized that it's something the idea came from my son, who's also with me, and that is when we started to go into it.
The beekeepers spent the past few weeks learning every aspect of beekeeping.
Management, managing bees. Nobody likes to get bee sting, But that's the first thing you have to deal with, the stings, the day-to-day management, the cultural practices, how do you establish a hive, how do you set them out, what are some of the constraints you'll find, some of the problems you'll deal with, just like a farm, it's a farm.
To get Belizean honey export ready, however, there would have to be certain marketing and quality assurance standards in place.
It means now that we have to have traceability in place. We have to have good manufacturing practices. We have to have good standards in place if we're going to tap into the export market.
What countries are we thinking of, and how much revenues are we looking at?
I'm unable to say right now. It's a little premature to say which countries we're exporting to and what is the value of the exports. But from indications, the market for organic honey is great in Europe.
The beekeepers all received equipments they will need to manage their apiaries. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.